Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Some big things are happening today for AMC. I hope you are ready for this video. Antara Capital dumped, and I mean dumped, their ape position. This is a sign that you should listen to. I don't care if you listen to me. I don't care if you listen to the next guy. If there's anything you listen to, it's that. Okay, so we're going to talk about where their position is currently at, how many shares they sold, all of that. On top of it, we need to look at the Ortex data because cost to borrow fees now over 1,000%. So let's give you guys the latest of what is going on with this situation. It's time, baby. It's big things are coming. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. And get yourself free stock down below in the description of this video. Sign up for Webull, deposit $1, get yourself 15 free stocks. Throw a free stock my way. It's free money. It's a win-win for everyone involved. And if you guys want to come trade with me live in real time, link down below in the description of this video as well. So, first things first, I come across this article. Largest investor in AMC's ape stock sells again, cuts stake to below 10%. Antara Capital has reduced its ape stake by more than 60% in 4 months. A Form 4 filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission on Thursday showed that Antara Capital LP sold a total of 8 million apes on Wednesday, valued at $13.82 million. That dropped Antara's ownership to 93.91 million apes, or 9.4% of apes outstanding. And then, Antara Capital disclosed its first purchase of apes in January for investment purposes. A 13D filed on January 4th showed Antara Capital owning 61.82 million apes, or 8.8% of apes outstanding. So they have completely been dumping their position. The last update that we gave you on Antara Capital's position, they owned over 122 million shares of ape. They have collectively sold about 35 million shares of ape within the last couple of days. And why this is something you should listen to really out of anything else. If you disagree with my thesis that we're about to see a rally or any of that, Antara Capital selling stock is important because they have a lot of information. They have a lot of know-how with this court proceeding, and they probably have a good idea of what's going to happen. Now, Antara Capital, they were the ones to benefit the most, right? They got in at the low price. Most of their apes were purchased at like 65 cents, and they still have a chance. If this conversion were to really crash AMC stock, they still could, double up from here? As far as the bears are concerned, AMC stock could go to $2 per share or $1.50 per share on a split adjusted basis. Well, the fact that they're selling shows you that you're probably going to get a bullish reaction in AMC, that they don't want to take the chance of seeing their apes depreciate in value. They want to take this chance to get out of their position. And it wouldn't surprise me if they're getting out of their position entirely before we get a final ruling from the courts. Now, I cannot find any information in regards to any of the news today with the courts. It looks like we're probably going to get that news coming out maybe in after hours today. Probably tomorrow morning is what I would expect. This is a 2-day court hearing. And let me tell you right now, you're going to know as soon as this news comes out by the price action of AMC stock. It's possible it happens, again, in after hours, like I said, and that's always a possibility that we kind of react to it in pre-market, things of that nature. That is a possibility, but probably not. Probably going to happen tomorrow morning if I am to say so myself. So there is that. Before we get into the Ortex data and talk about what I expect with AMC stock going from here, I do want to give you a rundown of what is going on as well in the markets today. So first quarter economic growth was actually 2%, up from 1.3% first reported in major GDP revision. Phony numbers, not phony numbers. Who cares? Markets like that. The only thing that really matters from this point going on is recession or not. Is economic data slowing down? Things getting bad in the economy. That's it. 1 rate hike, 2 rate hikes, it does not matter. Now, what's interesting about this, and this is how you want to position your portfolios, guys. So we've seen a rush to safety. And this is really for my guys that want to build their net worth. They want to really make a lot of money over the next 6 to 12 months or so. Not just with the AMC and, trade right now. You want to be buying your cyclical stocks, your small and mid cap quality names. Stocks of that nature. Not your big tech. As you can see right now, NASDAQ is almost red on the day. Your Dow is up almost 1%, and your Russell 2000 is up 1%. You don't want to be buying big tech right now because as growth, is better, or we do avoid a recession, if that's the ultimate outcome, the small and mid-cap stocks are going to be the ones to really outperform. You've seen the gains in big tech. I apologize. My daughter's having a complete meltdown right now. Hopefully that ends pretty soon. You guys know how it is. But nonetheless, that's kind of what is going on today. You're seeing a rotation out of that big tech and into some of your small and mid-cap companies due to economic data coming in better than expectations. My personal opinion, you really got to watch student loan repayments in October, and that's probably going to affect discretionary spending a lot towards the end of this year as well as 2024. I think that's a big risk for our markets that really isn't being priced in right now. So just my opinion on some of those things. Now, inflationary pressures are pushing U.S. loan defaults higher. It says Fitch Ratings, New York, on June 29th, 2023. Stress from continued inflationary pressure was a common theme among new issuers added to Fitch Ratings' U.S. top market concern loan list in June, with distressed companies extending with higher input costs amid a worsening macroeconomic operating environment. We expect the Fed to resume rate hikes in the future. Fitch's U.S. top market concern loan list rose on a net basis by $3.8 billion in June 2023, with a material portion of new volume stemming from additions of Global Medical. The first U.S. market concern loan data file can be accessed here, and it goes on to say removals from the top list during June totaled $6.4 billion. Aggregate defaults of $3.7 billion drove the top list removal. So you are, as rates do go higher, you gotta watch. More companies are definitely going to go bankrupt. Stress test results came out yesterday. All 23 of the largest banks, they all passed a 2023 stress test that hypothesized a recession resulting in projected losses of $541 billion. The Federal Reserve said the results demonstrate that large banks are well positioned to weather a severe recession and continue to lend to households and businesses even during a severe recession. So there you are. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get into some of the data here with AMC. And look at this order book too. AMC's order book is being pressured to the upside. Take a look at some of these orders. 9,500 in this order, 15,000 in this order, 26,000 in another order, and multiple $1,000 orders in between. So there is a lot of support here coming from some big orders on the actual flow here. Now, let's take a look at the option activity today. Extremely bearish. That makes me extremely bullish. You have seen 42 orders totaling $36.77 million with a positive order value of 1%. The more bearish you see these options, the more bullish that I want to be. The odds that these guys are wrong increases as more and more of them are bearish. The odds of the stock going higher tomorrow increase as more and more of them are bearish. Usually, I like to consider the interesting flow sentiment. on normal stocks, and I mean, even with AMC in the past, it has been a factor. But everyone's so negative, it's a bullish thing for AMC. That's the bottom line there. Okay. Now, if we take a look at where some of the short data is, so you have a short score of 94, which is the same as it was, $541.51 million worth of short positions in AMC, estimated short interest of free float at 23.78%, free float out on loan at 38%, 196 million shares currently out on loan, days to cover 8.75, cost to borrow 172% on a 3-month annualized basis, and 91% utilization. I talked about this before in the last video. I think the utilization might be kind of doing some wonky things because you're getting more APE shares that are being sold, and that might be adding to some of the potential shares that are available. Even though it's APE and it's not AMC, it might be calculated as if they are still one entity. So the utilization still at 100%. And from what I can tell, nothing has really changed here in a dramatic way. Now, cost to borrow fees. Ooh, okay. Cost to borrow average 259.51%. Cost to borrow max at 1,060%. Insane volatility expected here. Cost to borrow minimum was at over 780% today. Cost to borrow average was over 900%. Interactive Brokers has cost to borrow fees of 333% with 100,000 shares that were available earlier. Now there's 0 shares that are currently available. AMC stock is on the threshold securities list, and you do have 123 million shares that are currently sold short. This threshold securities list probably going to put some upside pressure on getting shorts to cover on some of those short positions. It basically puts them on notice that they have to do something about their positions. Now, we seen a big rally yesterday into the essentially after hours, and that's where the stock was up like 10%, right? And that is probably because of some of the option activity. Now, some of the option activity that we are currently seeing for this week, you do have a decent amount of calls out the money, 133,000. In the money calls at about 18,000. Puts in the money at 42,000. Puts out the money at 84,000. But you still have a low option activity for the next 2 expirations. So if you do see some options come online and some options you get bought, specifically calls with AMC, that could also help the story out for AMC quite a bit as well, guys. So, as far as what I expect tomorrow, I think yesterday's move heading into the close, probably a good indication of what we can expect. You probably do get a rally as the short thesis is done when AMC raises capital. I mean, it is dilutive for the stock, but just like Antara Capital is doing, they are selling out of their APE position. They are reducing exposure to a bearish move in AMC, and we could probably expect a rally in AMC. I think that's almost a foregone conclusion at this point, guys. So that is going to do it for this video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. Again, get yourself free stock with Webull. Deposit $1, get yourself 15 free stocks. Throw a free stock my way. It's a win-win for everyone involved. Come trade with us. All those links down below in the description of this video. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.